Hello, career thought leaders. Good to see you today. And, happy holidays. Getting ready for the new year is here. And it's exciting to be thinking about what's coming in 2024. Of course, we'll have our Career Trends annual white paper that will come out on January 9th. So 2 weeks from today. Mark your calendar for that. But we've also been paying attention to what other people are saying and what the predictions are for 2024. And just wanted to go through some of those quickly and talk about what they might mean for you and for your clients. So the first thing that we're seeing is just this very interesting dichotomy. We've been seeing it for a while, but the trends for 2024 really pointing it towards the human focused types of jobs and marketing that people are talking about. And then on the other hand, all the use of technology and automation and AI jobs that people are getting, and really the two different worlds that are growing right now. So we posted an article a few weeks ago about how the trades jobs are doing really well, human types of jobs that can't be replaced by technology, of course. And then also thinking about the AI jobs that we've been hearing about for a while. And of course, those are continuing to grow and popularity and openings and those types of things. So if you're seeing that with your clients, let me drop me a little note. Let me know if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. Are you seeing both that growth in human focused jobs, uniquely human work, as well as in the tech enabled jobs, people that know how to use AI and that can use them? For our clients, it's really about figuring out where they fit in. And if they're not in the technology world, how can they learn and be able to speak to how they're using that in their job, but also speak to the abilities that they bring in that uniquely human job and the ways that they might market themselves there, the types of things that AI can't replace, or that we're, always being reminded of, that humans are better, and what can they do to either fall in each camp or really highlight the fact if they have a little bit of both. Maybe they do have those strengths in emotional intelligence or leadership, as well as the ability to use technology wisely in their job. And there's been a lot of articles recently about how to use AI in your job or automation in general, and the types of tasks that it can do, the types of tasks it can't do, or maybe isn't as great at. And so having our clients read some of those articles and really be able to speak to that. So are you seeing that in your work, both the rise of the human powered jobs, if you will, and then the rise of the AI jobs? And how will we help our clients walk that line and be able to communicate what they do and how they stand out in this new marketplace? So that's one of the dichotomous trends that we're seeing. And HR people are talking about, the jobs predictions are looking at both those growth in the human focused jobs as well as in the tech enabled jobs. So the next thing that we're seeing is interesting predictions is how that's going to impact marketing. So we know that it's really easy to write content using some of these AI tools. However, if the strategy is not connected to the person that you're marketing to, it really doesn't matter that it's super fast to make that happen now. And this is part of what we're seeing right now, is that marketing is highly personalized, and how can you use AI tools to make it more personal and connect to the people that you're talking to. We've been going through some of the persona development opportunities with AI, especially with ChatGPT, in our marketing courses the last few months. And so if you're interested in that, let me know. We went through how to use it for marketing, how to use it for persona generation, as well as how to use that persona generation tool for your clients in their job search, not just in your marketing. But whether you're working in a university's career services center or in your own business, it can help you with that research piece of really understanding what are the challenges that people are facing right now, and then how do you want to connect into those. That's where the human and the technology comes together. So we're seeing this, yes, you want to use AI, but it has to be personalized. That's why you want to use the tool, is to make it more personal, to make it more connective. And then the authenticity piece is coming around. Now it's interesting, we're seeing some people predict the fall off in video, but yet say that authenticity is going to be important. And then you've got to think about, okay, so if we're not showing our authenticity in video, how are we going to show that authenticity in writing? Make it clear that it's not solely written by AI. The new data shows that people don't really care if AI helped you write it, but they do want that authenticity to show through in terms of your story and why you're connecting to the audience or whatever you're talking about. And this is so true in resumes. I posted something about, that 5-step process to using AI in resumes. And the first step is that you can use it to do research, of course, but then you do have to write your own stories. You have to figure out what's your brand, what's your connection to the audience that you're writing to in a very personable, authentic way. And this is that step that, it's step 2 out of 5, but it's really important. And it's often the most challenging for people to really understand their stories that relate to their audience. Now, the tools can help you understand your audience, audience needs, your audience pains, all of those things in a much deeper way than you might just brainstorming. So there's definitely help there. And then you want to take it that next step with your marketing. And I'm going to say marketing kind of loosely here, because again, even if you're a university's career center or whatever, you're convincing people to come into your office, to use your services, to take your classes, whatever that might be. Then you can use these tools to make that marriage of the technology, the automation, the understanding, the personalization, as well as the authenticity of you, your story, whether you've been there before, you've worked with other people in their situation, whatever it is, that authentic story piece has to come in. I don't know that I agree with the prediction that video will be less important in marketing because of that authenticity piece. Well, we'll see where it goes. Hi, Ayana. It's good to see you. We are talking about these trends and predictions for 2024 and what they mean for us. And then we want to think about, how does that relate to your goals, your priorities, your intentions for 2024, and what that means to you. So when we think about, and we've talked about in the last few weeks, that goal setting and thinking about where you've been, where you want to go, how you're going to get there, how are you going to pick up some different behaviors, new behaviors, perhaps to help you get there. I was thinking about that kind of over the holiday, and doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, right? It's the definition of insanity. And yet that is what lots of us do, because we do what's familiar, we do what we're used to. And so what are you going to do to break that pattern? And this is that whole idea of habits and habit-based goals that we were talking about before, where you set something, you do it every day, you put the cues to do it every day in somewhere that's easy. And how do you make yourself do that to build that habit? So what new habit might you want to build for 2024, maybe related to these career impacts of authenticity? Maybe you want to build a habit of going live every week. Now we're running on almost 4 years, although I will not see you next week. But, that habit is so strong. It's part of why I'm here today, is because it just is habit that you do the same thing. You show up every time, whether that's working out, eating right, marketing your business. And that habit is so powerful. So I know people have done, a 30-day challenge of going live. It's not really about going live every day. I think the problem I see with that is that oftentimes then people stop after that 30 days, and you probably aren't going to see much of a benefit from that. Doing it once a week, every week for 4 years, get a lot more benefit from it. Whether that's posting every day on social media, again, people do that to build the habit. Then you want to think about, okay, what does it look like long-term for me? And how am I going to implement that habit? Because when you switch from every day to whatever, 3 times a week, maybe more sustainable long-term, but you're still going to have to think about, how do you cement that habit? Because even though you're scaling back, you're still creating a new habit when you go from every day to 3 times a week. What are those things that you really want to accomplish in 2024? What behaviors would help you do that? And then how can you make them a habit? and use some of those powerful neuroscience tools to really incorporate into however you do them and make them a habit for yourself. And we talked about some of those last week. So when we look towards 2024, it's going to be a slow change in a lot of ways now that AI is here and things have moved really quickly over the last year. You're going to continue to see more of that, but I hope we'll also see a little bit less noise. There's a new AI product every day, it seemed like, in 2023. And now that that market is just a little bit more mature, I hope that it'll be a little slower so that we can all keep up a little bit more and be able to feel like we can use the tools to help our clients. If you haven't checked it out yet, join us in the AI Career Services Sandbox. It's an opportunity for you to use the tools, to see how the tools are used, to ask questions in office hours or see them on a regular basis in our case studies. I'm going to grab the link for you on that real quick, the AI and Career Services Sandbox. Again, it's just an opportunity to connect with all of your other fellow career services providers who are using these tools and sharing them with, not just sharing them with your clients, but using them to do the work that we do. So feel free to join us in that. It is a one-time fee right now through the end of, through November of 2024, just to see what we can use, what we can gain from it, and how we can help people use these tools. We know that in the idea of technology adoption, there are people that adopt things really quickly, and then there are people that kind of wait and see if it's really going to be a thing. Well, here's your knowledge, it's going to be a thing, it's going to stick around. And the more that we know how to use it, the better off we'll be for our clients. So you don't have to use it in ways that you don't feel add value. And there are a lot of ways that you can use it that will add value for you and your clients. And I'll just leave you with this thought. I saw people talking about, how, they don't see they should use AI. And of course, we're coming up somewhat onto tax time. And I thought, well, would you go to a tax preparer that says, I don't use any tax preparation services? And they kind of use that as their brand, right? Probably not, because you're going to the tax preparer for their own knowledge, their wisdom, what they've learned over the years. But you also expect them to use the tools that make the job easier, that prevent mistakes, that may offer new insights that they forgot about or didn't know. And that's what we want to do with AI. We're not having it replace us, but if we market ourselves as, I don't use that, pretty soon here, you're going to come across as that tax preparer that says they don't use a calculator or don't use technology, because it's something that everyone is going to be learning more about and seeing the value of. Now, market that you know how to use it. You know when to use it. You know how to use it to get the best results. You know how to use it in a way that won't make them sound vanilla and like everyone else and like they use ChatGPT. Those are great things to say. But to market that you don't use it, it really quickly is going to sound very outdated. And by the way, I used this in a presentation a few weeks ago, but the tax preparation services market has been growing and growing over the last few years, regardless of the introduction of tax software that people could use to do it themselves, because we want a trusted advisor to help us do that. So market yourself as a trusted advisor, as a coach, as a writer, and you won't be replaced by this technology, but the technology will help you do your job better, do it faster, spend less time on those silly tasks with your clients, and more time really digging into their stories, writing their stories, understanding the stories that connect to the audience, and of course, coaching, doing the transformational coaching work. If you're seeing after today, after December 26th, we are releasing tomorrow our end of the year bundles. They were very popular last year, so watch for those. It's a toolbox upgrade for you, whether you're a writer, a coach, or in your own business. We put together these end of year bundles for you so that you can get the newest, freshest tools for you and put those into your toolbox to do better work. I will look forward to talking to you in the new year. Get that January 9th. January 9th is our white white paper release webinar. So get that on your calendar, and we will look forward to seeing you then and talking about the insights from your career services colleagues that can add value for you in 2023. And it's been so great to see you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Ayana's helping us with the sandbox. So if you want to get some wisdom from her and your other colleagues during those AI sandbox office hours, and use that link and join us so that you can stay on top of what's happening with those tools and how they can make you more effective and get better results for your clients. All right, everyone, we'll see you in 2024. Thank you.